We want to look at audit project management. If you look at the project management body of knowledge PMBOK, you will see that a project is seen as a collection of activities with defined objectives with a start date and an end date. So any collection of activities that we can assign objectives to and as a specific start date and an end date is described as a project. So basically every audit engagement is actually a project based on that definition, because every audit has what we call audit objectives. And of course, every audit has a start date and there has an end date when we perform the exit interview and we submit the final audit reports. Okay, so we can look at a project, at an audit as an example of projects. And so because since an audit is a project, we have to manage the audit as a project. Okay, so we need to plan the audit engagement. Okay, you can look at my video on audit planning later at the end of this video, and please subscribe to my channel so that you can be able to get more videos from me. Okay, so you need to plan the audit engagements. Plan the audit considering project specific risk. Okay, so you need to look at the audit. Is it a network audit? Is it a database audit? Is it a final year, the end of year audit? Okay, so is it an interim audit? So you need to look at the project scope. You need to look at the project objective. You need to look at project specific risk in planning the audit. I remember in that video I mentioned the fact that audit planning basically is about information gathering. So you need to be able to gather as much information as possible to help you execute the audit to meet the audit objectives. So plan the audit engagement, then you build the audit plan. Okay, so now you need to now build the audit plan. We've talked about the audit programs. Okay, I have another video on YouTube on audit programs, so you can check that also later. So the audit program is a statement of audit objectives and how to achieve them. So from the audit program that has been developed, we can now develop a more detailed audit plan with specifics. Okay, so once we have the audit plan in place, we move to the next stage, which is execute the plan. So execution of the plan is right where we are on the field. Okay, while we are on the field in the client's business environment. So we execute the plan as a checklist, everything that we have already developed in the audit project, in the audit program and the audit plan, we execute them. Then we gather our evidence. Then, of course, we write the audit report at the end. Okay, but while the audit is going on, we need to monitor project activity. So we need to have key performance indicators and metrics that will help us to know how well the audit is going. So as reports are coming in, we can modify our audit plan or audit program to suit new realities that we are facing in the course of the audit. So monitoring of project activity is very, very important. So we look at the next slide, which is talking about the audit, the project management tools, okay, or concepts that are applicable to every audit assignment. Okay, like I've said before, that an audit is a project. Okay, an audit is a project and must be treated as such. So in every audit, the tools and techniques you use in other projects, okay, like maybe building, software development, some of them are still very relevant for audits. Okay, in domain 3 of CISA, we'll talk more about all these tools in details. But for now, Let's look at some of these project management tools and techniques. Number one, end value analysis. End value analysis is a tool that I love so much because it's a tool that allows for accountability. It's a tool for progress reporting. It's a tool for determining the efficiency of projects, efficiency of the usage of resources. So end value analysis is a tool that is used to know how well time and money is being used in a project. Okay, so for example, in an audit assignment, audit team, we have spent $10,000 so far. Let's just use that as a, just as an example. Okay, so we spent $10,000 so far. End value analysis will want to get information. How much of the $10,000 have actually gone into the audit project? Because the $10,000 could have, been used for non-audit related purposes. So early in the project, the EVA will be used to query amount you spent up to date, then also the amount spent that the amount that actually went into the project. So from there, we can start looking at variances so that we can start asking questions. The project manager can start asking questions on time so that we can curb wastages. We can also use end value analysis for time to determine time variance. We spent 10 days so far on the project. How many of those 10 days have gone into the project? Perhaps just two. Okay, maybe we're having challenges on the field. We cannot get people to interview. Want to see the MD, he doesn't have time. Want to see the CFO, he doesn't have time. Want to see the CIO, he's busy. So because of that, the audit is going to be suspended and time is going. So we could have spent 10 days on the project, all right, but 2 days is what we can, we can account for. Okay, so it's not cause. It calls for the project manager to now call for a meeting. How can we solve the problem? So we need to do a root cause analysis to find why there is time wastage or there is money wastage. Then we can curb that as early as possible. So that is end value analysis, in a summary. Then we have critical path methodology. So critical path methodology is simply a tool that is used to determine the critical part in a project. So the critical part is the part in which it gives you the minimum time to finish the project. Okay, so through the critical path methodology, you can know the minimum duration a project is going to take. All right, and yeah, you can also be able to know the activities to prioritize. Okay, the critical path methodology will let you to know the critical part, and all activities on the critical part are very, very important. Okay, so for you to complete the project on time, you need to prioritize all activities that lie on the critical part. Okay, so the critical path methodology is very important for project scheduling and for project time management. Okay, then we have Gantt chart. So what is Gantt chart? Gantt chart is simply the project calendar. All right, so we can have a chart to show when we're going to start, when we're going to finish each of the tasks, each of the activities in the project. And this can be also be used for project controlling so that we can, if we say we're going to finish audit planning, okay, by February 15, all right, and by February 1 or February 7, we're still battling with it, then the project manager can start asking questions. So Gantt chart is very important in project time management. Then we have resource leveling. So what's resource leveling? Resource leveling is simply a system that is used to optimize resources when you have limited resources. So you have so many things, like they say in economics, you have unlimited ones, but you have limited resources. So you want to spread the limited resources you have across the various activities. So the process of doing that is what we call resource leveling. Okay, then we have a work breakdown structure. Work breakdown structure is a way of hierarchically and diagrammatically representing the work packages in a project. So the a work package is simply a collection of tasks that must be done. Okay, so you can break the work the activities that need to be done into subunits. Then each subunit can be assigned to a manager or a supervisor, all right, to help you to run it. Okay, so the work breakdown, such as I said, is a diagrammatical or hierarchical representation of work packages that must be completed to fulfill an audit work or the project. So it's very important in audit projects, okay, that we can develop the audit engagement into work packages. Then we can assign each work package to each team members, all right, based on skills, experience, and competence. Then the last tool or technique is what we call object breakdown structure. Object breakdown structure is similar to work breakdown structure, is a diagrammatic or hierarchical representation of the objectives of the project. Remember, we said that every audit will have audit objectives. So we can diagrammatically represent the audit objectives through the object breakdown structure.